What's up, everyone? It's Stephanie, and I'm stoked to be taking you on a journey to some of the most incredible surf spots in the world. We're talking about the kind of waves that make your heart race just watching them, let alone paddling out there. Join me as I take on the challenge of riding the biggest waves at some of the most amazing surf spots around the world. There's something exhilarating about surfing at extreme surf spots around the world. The thrill of riding massive waves is unmatched, but it's not for the faint of heart. It takes years of dedication, intense training, and a deep respect for the ocean to even attempt to tackle these beasts. The power of the ocean is humbling, and knowing when to push your limits and when to pull back is crucial. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on an epic adventure, riding the waves that have captivated surfers for generations. Get ready to witness the raw beauty and power of nature, and the incredible skill and courage it takes to conquer these giants. First up, we're headed to the north shore of Oahu, Hawaii, home to the legendary Banzai Pipeline. This place is practically sacred ground for surfers, and for good reason. Picture this: crystal clear turquoise water, a reef just a few feet below the surface, and these massive walls of water detonating with the force of a freight train. That's Pipeline. This wave is not messing around. It's fast, it's hollow, and it breaks in the shallowest water imaginable. One wrong move and you're looking at a close encounter with the reef, which is why only the most experienced surfers even attempt to ride Pipeline. But when you get it right, oh man, it's pure magic. That feeling of dropping in on a monster wave, the spray in your face, the roar of the ocean in your ears, it's like nothing else in the world. You're literally threading the needle, navigating a tight space between the falling lip and the razor-sharp reef. The history of Pipeline is filled with stories of triumph and tragedy. It's a wave that demands respect, and even the best surfers in the world approach it with a healthy dose of fear. But that's part of what makes it so special. It's a test of skill, courage, and respect for the ocean. I've been lucky enough to surf Pipeline many times, and let me tell you, it never gets old. Every time I paddle out there, it's like facing a mythical beast. You never know what it's going to throw at you, but that's all part of the challenge. It's a wave that pushes you to your limits and beyond, and that's what I love about it. Pipeline is more than just a surf spot. It's a proving ground, a place where legends are made and dreams are realized. It's a wave that has captured the imagination of surfers and non-surfers alike, and it's easy to see why. It's a true spectacle of nature, and I feel incredibly fortunate to have experienced it firsthand. But Pipeline is just the beginning of our journey. We're off to explore more of the world's most incredible surf spots, each with its own unique challenges and rewards. So stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Next stop, we're heading to the South Pacific, to a tiny island called Tahiti, home to what many consider the heaviest wave in the world, Teahupo'o, or chopes, as the locals call it. This wave is the stuff of legends, a monstrous slab of water that breaks over a shallow reef, creating these perfectly cylindrical barrels that look like they could swallow you whole. The first time I saw Teahupo'o, I was in awe. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. The sheer size and power of the wave were intimidating, to say the least. But I knew I had to surf it. It was a challenge I couldn't resist. Paddling out at Chopes is an experience in itself. The water is crystal clear, so you can see the reef below, which just adds to the intensity. And then there's the wave itself, this massive wall of water that seems to rise up out of nowhere. Dropping in at Teahupo'o is like dropping into a liquid mountain. The wave pitches over you so fast, and the barrel is so thick and heavy that it feels like you're enclosed in a watery cathedral. The roar of the ocean is deafening, and the spray coming off the lip is like 1,000 tiny needles hitting your skin. But when you're in the barrel at Chopes, it's pure ecstasy. Then all time seems to slow down, and you're completely in the moment, surrounded by this incredible force of nature. It's a feeling that's hard to describe, but it's something that stays with you long after you've stepped off your board. Teahupo'o is a wave that demands respect, even more so than Pipeline. It's a wave that can humble even the most experienced surfers, and it's been the site of some of the most incredible and terrifying wipeouts in surfing history. But for those who dare to challenge it, Teahupo'o offers a surfing experience like no other. It's a wave that pushes the boundaries of what's possible in surfing. And it's a wave that I feel incredibly privileged to have ridden. From the tropical paradise of Tahiti, we're heading to the rugged California coast, to a place called Mavericks, home to some of the biggest and most unpredictable waves on the planet. This is not your average surf spot, it's a different beast altogether. A wave that can reach heights of over 80 feet, towering over even the tallest redwood trees. What makes Mavericks so unique and so daunting is its location. It's situated about half a mile offshore, over a submerged reef that creates these massive A-frame peaks that seem to rise up out of nowhere. And to get there, you need a boat. No paddling out from the beach here. The first time I saw Mavericks, I was blown away. It was like something out of a movie. These giant, gray walls of water just marching in from the horizon, dwarfing everything in their path. It was both terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. Paddling out to Mavericks is an adventure in itself. You're battling strong currents, freezing cold water, and the ever-present threat of getting caught inside by a massive set. And then there's the psychological factor of knowing that you're about to paddle into a wave that could potentially kill you. But when you finally make it out to the lineup and you see that first monster wave approaching, all the fear and doubt just melt away. It's just you and the wave, and it's a feeling of pure adrenaline and excitement. Dropping in on a Mavericks wave is like dropping in on a mountain of water. The wave face is so steep and you're going so fast that it feels like you're in free fall. And then the wave starts to break and you're surrounded by this wall of white water that seems to go on forever. Mavericks is not a wave you want to mess with. It's a wave that has claimed the lives of even experienced surfers, and it's a wave that demands the utmost respect. But for those who are willing to put in the time and effort, and who have the courage to face their fears, Mavericks offers the ultimate big wave surfing experience. Our final stop takes us across the Atlantic to Nazaré, Portugal, a place that has become synonymous with giant waves. This small fishing village is home to what is arguably the biggest wave in the world. A monstrous beast that can reach heights of over 100 feet, taller than the Statue of Liberty. What makes Nazaré so special and so terrifying is the unique underwater canyon that sits just offshore. This canyon acts like a magnifying glass, focusing the energy of the incoming swells and creating these colossal waves that seem to defy gravity. The first time I saw Nazaré, I was speechless. It was like something out of a dream or a nightmare, depending on how you look at it. These giant emerald green walls of water just looming on the horizon, dwarfing everything in their path. It was both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Surfing Nazaré is not for the faint of heart. It's a whole different ballgame, requiring a special breed of surfer with nerves of steel and a death wish. These guys and girls are more like astronauts than surfers, pushing the limits of human endurance and courage. To even attempt to ride these waves, you need to be towed by a jet ski, and even then, there's no guarantee you'll make it. The waves are so big and powerful that they can break boards like toothpicks and toss surfers around like rag dolls. But for those who are crazy enough to try, Nazaré offers the ultimate big wave surfing experience. It's a chance to ride the biggest and baddest waves on the planet, to push the boundaries of what's humanly possible, and to etch your name in the history books of surfing. I have been lucky enough to witness Nazaré firsthand, and let me tell you, it's an experience I'll never forget. The sheer size and power of the waves are awe-inspiring, and the courage of the surfers who ride them is truly remarkable. In this video, we've explored some of the most renowned surf spots in the world, where the waves are massive and the surfing is extreme. From Pipeline to Teahupo'o, Mavericks to Nazaré, these surf spots offer thrill-seeking surfers the ultimate ride. Remember, surfing big waves requires skill, respect for the ocean, and a deep understanding of the sea. It's not something to be taken lightly. And it's always important to put safety first. If you've got a favorite surf spot or an epic surfing story, let us know in the comments below.